Hi, it's Cheryl back with Get Nailed at Home, and today we're going to turn this clear hand into this decorated hand for Christmas. And we are using number 8, red and gold Glisten, and number 43, golden Starlite. So we're going to put the golden Starlite on our ring finger as an accent, and I'm actually going to do that first because when I went into the reds, I just went full speed ahead and painted everything red. So I actually painted this one red as well. So I'm just putting it to the cuticle area in a swirling motion. It is quite full of glitter and it is thick to move around. So it's very hard to paint it like you would with the clear because see, you just scoop it off. So we're just depositing it, and because it is nice heavy gel, it will stay where it's placed. Okay, so that one's done. Just take your brush and just pinch the glitter off with your little pad, and it's done. So now we're going to go into the red, and it is thick because it's cold, and it is thicker gel than the clear. So we're applying it to the pinky. And I like to apply 2 thin coats instead of 1 heavy coat because the more pigment that is in the color, the longer it takes to cure. And sometimes if it's a thick pigment, it doesn't get right through to the bottom and you'll have the color just peel right off the nail. So you want to make sure that you've got it all over and a nice even coverage. So I'm actually going to do 2 coats of the red. So I'll plop this one on, and again we do our 4 fingers and then we do the thumb. A little bit on the sides. If you happen to get any on the cuticle area, what I want you to do is come back with your orange wood stick and just scoop it off before you cure it. It's safe to do any of that before curing because once it's cured it will harden to the skin, and then you have to use some oil will help to lift it off the skin. So any kind of oil or lotion. But you don't want to make a habit of getting it onto the skin because you can become sensitive to the gel, and that's how you can build up an allergic reaction to it. Okay, so we've done our first coat on the fingers, and taking my orange wood stick, I'm just going to scoop it out and just wipe it off. And just make sure I have none on the sides of that. No. Okay, so I'm going to pop it in the UV light for 2 minutes. Okay, so we've finished our 2-minute cure, and I'm back. I'm not going to put a second coat of the glitter. I think that's enough coverage for now, so I'm only going to go in, and when you put product over product, because we didn't wipe that dispersion film, it's actually, see how easy it is to paint on? The second coat goes on much simpler than the first. So we're going into round number 2. Okay, and one more on the forefinger. So it's actually quite quick to apply gel. And once you do come out of the light, the gel is cured. And therefore, you don't have to wait till your polish dries to dig into your purse. You don't have to wait till your polish dries to undo your zipper, to go to the bathroom, because I know that's a big one. It always seems that as soon as you do your nails, you always have to go to the washroom. So this way, your gel is dry and you're done. So that's it. That's how fast it is. I'm going back under the light. Okay, so that's our 2 minutes, and those are dry. They still need to be wiped, but I am going to put the 1 step over top of them. I am going to continue with the color though and then put it away. So I'm wanting to do my thumb first. So I would paint my thumb first. And again, you usually do your 4 fingers, cure, and then your 2 thumbs. So you do one hand of 4 fingers, one hand of 4 fingers, come back and do your 2 thumbs because it's easier to, well, it's easier and it saves time to do them both at the same time. Okay. Stay just that little margin away if you can. And just line that up a little bit, and it's ready to go into the light for 2 minutes. Now it's best to lay it flat, keeping your fingers on the bottom and your thumb flat. When you put your hand in the light, and if it's on this angle and your thumb's in on this angle, this top is going to cure, the bottom's going to wipe right off. So even if you have these and you try to get that thumb in there, it's still not going to be a full cure. If it's warmer in the room and the gel is thinner, it's also going to run and you'll get a big lump down the side of your nail. So it's best to lay it flat. Okay? Okay, so that is our 2 minutes. Make sure you use a paper towel. That's a perfect example of why you don't want this on your tablecloth or your kitchen or coffee table. So make sure that you clean your surroundings and protect your environment there a little bit. And that's how easy the second coat goes on. And I'm back in the curing light for 2 more minutes. Okay, so those 2 minutes are up, and now I'm going to apply the one-step clear over all of them, and I still haven't wiped the film off yet. I want to apply it over top of that, and again, I've cleaned my brush, just going in, taking a little dip of gel, and applying this for a beautiful top gloss shine and a protective sealant coat. Okay, 1. And the red, sometimes, I don't want to use the word bleed, but there's, when the film comes to the top, there sometimes is a bit of product that does wipe off when you wipe the red. That's why I didn't do the clear, because I don't know if there's any on my brush or not. And I don't want to drag the red onto my nice glitter, because under lights that's actually so pretty. So I want to wipe my brush and just see there's a little bit of red that came. So I'm now going to apply it onto the gold. The gold also, because it's so heavily full of glitter, that sometimes the edges of the glitter will stick up and be elevated, and they can snag your pantyhose, and they feel kind of rough. So it's nice to have the clear over top of it to smoothen it out so that you don't have any of those rough edges. Okay, so now we're back and we've cured the top gloss. We haven't wiped it yet. I'm going straight into the red, and then I'm going to wipe them all at the same time. So you've noticed that I keep each step complete from one step to the other. I took a little bit too much there. I didn't want to wipe it back in my jar just in case it had some pink pigment to it from the red nail. So it didn't, though. It came off nice and clean. So back in I go for 2 minutes. Okay, so that's our 2 minutes, and we are done with the curing. Put my little lid on, and now I am taking I like to take 2 because I turn them over. If I could get them apart. 1, 2. And my gel cleaner. And when you're cleaning, remember wipe that nail, little pink still comes through, and go on to another spot on the pad. That's why I like to use two, because I turn them over and use different ones. Otherwise you end up carrying the product from one nail to the other, and you wonder why your last one is still sticky. So give them a good wipe. You want to make sure you've got all the gel off, and that is the finished result. They're nice and shiny, they're dry. I'm ready to go do my makeup and get ready for the Christmas party. Bye for now from Cheryl. See you next time.